A very good day to you. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. It's Wednesday, October 11th. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run. Former Ulster County Finance Director Bert Golnick Jr. pled guilty in Ulster County Court yesterday to 2 counts of grand larceny in connection with the theft of thousands of dollars from a local not-for-profit, as well as monies from an election campaign account. Golnick was arrested in June and charged with felonies in connection with theft from Hurley Recreation Center, a not-for-profit that provides summer activities and programs for families, including a children's summer camp. Golnick was formerly treasurer of the Hurley Rec Center, which suffered losses of over $95,000 and disruptions to children's programs and activities. During their investigation, state police investigators further determined that Golnick also stole thousands of dollars from an election campaign bank account belonging to former Ulster County Executive Michael Hine. The plea requires Golnick to pay restitution of $35,000 to the Hurley Rec and $15,000 to the Hine campaign, waive his appellate rights, pay applicable fines and surcharges, and serve a prison sentence of 3 years. Golnick's also currently under investigation by the state and county controller's office. Congressman Michael Lawler of the Hudson Valley is calling on the Biden administration to send military planes to Israel to help get American citizens back home as quickly as possible. In addition to ensuring that Israel has every resource available to defend itself, he said we must move as rapidly as possible to rescue Americans who are in harm's way. He said at least 14 Americans have been killed and over a dozen are missing as Hamas continues its murderous rampage, indiscriminately killing civilian men, women, and children and the elderly, he said. Lawler said the Biden administration must ramp up its efforts to ensure the safety of Americans in Israel and use every tool in its tool chest to rescue our citizens. Some 100 people of all ethnic backgrounds joined in prayer at a rally at the Orange County Government Center in Goshen late yesterday afternoon to lend their support to the state of Israel in its war against Hamas terrorists who attacked the country last Saturday. Rabbi Meyer Borenstein of Orange County Chabad called the massacre of men, women, and children a new Holocaust. Orange County Executive Stephen Newhouse, who serves as a lieutenant commander in the Naval Reserves and has deployed to the Middle East in the past, said the terrorists enjoy the brutality they inflict.
You see the joy in the face of these barbarians as they were taking civilians. We don't do that. Soldiers don't do that. Marines don't do that. Sailors don't do that. This is pure evil. And I have to tell you, if you don't know this already, the only way to end this, there's only one way, and that's to wipe them out. That's it.
Assemblyman Carl Bravernack also did not mince words, calling the Hamas terrorists awful scum. More news right after this.
Find over 100 retailers allowing you to spend hours shopping safely at the Galleria at Crystal Run. Enjoy the big brands and the diverse selection of family-owned stores all in one location. The Galleria at Crystal Run offers dining options for everyone with Fuji 110 Grill, Allen's Mediterranean Grill, and Peru Cuisine. Discover the Mid-Hudson Valley's premier shopping, dining, and entertainment destination, the Galleria at Crystal Run. For more information, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, or visit GalleriaCrystalRun.com.
Allison Esposito, who ran for lieutenant governor with unsuccessful gubernatorial candidate Republican Congressman Lee Zeldin last year, Tuesday announced her candidacy for the Republican nomination for Congress in New York's 18th district, currently held by Democrat Pat Ryan. Esposito, who until recently listed her address as New York City, now says she's a resident of Orange County. She said she was born and raised in Orange and has a house in Goshen and an apartment in New York City so she could be closer to her former job. She was a 25-year veteran of the New York City Police Department before resigning to run for the state's number 2 spot on the ballot that saw Kathy Hochul and Antonio Delgado retain their posts. If Donald Trump is the Republican nominee for president, despite all of his legal troubles, she would vote for him.
I will support the I'm going to let the Republican people choose, and with whoever is at the top of the ticket for the Republican Party has my support.
Ryan reacted to Esposito's candidacy, saying that we've got enough MAGA extremists in Congress. What we need are more patriots who will rise above the partisanship to deliver for Hudson Valley residents. Dutchess County yesterday unveiled the new Justice and Transition Center that has been constructed to replace the current county jail. The modern new facility is slated to serve as the cornerstone of Dutchess County's restorative justice efforts, addressing the root causes of criminal activity to rehabilitate offenders for successful transition back to the community and prevention of future recidivism. A Middletown man who pointed a gun that discharged twice when he aimed it at a utility worker in the town of Wallkill was sentenced in Orange County Court yesterday to 4.5 years in state prison, plus 5 years of post-release supervision. 33-year-old Kevin Brown admitted in court that he unlawfully possessed a loaded gun. As alleged in statements made in documents filed in court on June 6th at about 7:30 p.m., Wallkill Town Police responded to a report of shots fired and a man with a gun near the Middletown Motel. There, police learned that a utility worker who was in the area had a brief verbal altercation with Brown, who was in a car. He pointed the gun at the worker, who grabbed the weapon to protect himself, and a struggle ensued. As a result, 2 rounds were discharged before the worker could wrestle the gun away from Brown. I'm Hank Gross, MidHudsonNews.com. The news today brought to you by the Galleria at Crystal Run.